been on Albert Street now for 18 and a half years. I've always lived in this area, and when I started as an apprentice I actually worked in a salon in this area, so it felt like a good choice when I did open my own salon to come back to the area. Living and working in the same place is always a benefit. You're never going to be late for work. It's a very eclectic place. You get a mix of everybody. Like when I come to work in the morning, you always see like kids going to school. You see like older people going out for their shopping, collect their pensions, I suppose. You also see people in suits going away to work. They use it as a way to get into town, things like that. But it's a very friendly area, and everybody kind of knows each other, and if you don't, they're always pleasant, smile, say hello when you pass them. So it's always been a nice area to be in. There's a bit of everything in this area. There's nowhere else where you've got 2 big parks on your doorstep, easy access to all different areas in the town. It's just a really nice area to be in. Mostly the middle parts, not the top and the bottom, they seem to be more well lit, but in the winter time when it's a bit darker, people feel a little bit more intimidated because they don't feel like there's so much lighting in the area, and I feel like that's probably something that could be better. Sometimes as well, like I feel like it could be like the security wardens, maybe a wee bit more of them around, and that's only because like there is people like hanging around sometimes during the day that are a wee bit undesirable, and it does put people off coming to the area, and that's not something that we want to happen. We need it to be safe for everybody to come to. We've also had some pocket parks installed around the area, which I could see some people may think it's a good thing and other people are not so sure about. For me, they've been placed in areas where, one, the sun doesn't go, so I don't see why anybody would want to actually sit in them. But also as well, unfortunately, people in the area that do come around this way have felt that it's just a gathering place for slightly more undesirable people. So unfortunately, they feel that the impact it has hasn't been that positive.
I like the community. I like the community feel about the place. I really do. I live in the area, and so I like the community feel. Maybe shops seem to come and go. They'll open and close within 6 months. So I think maybe a bit of a regeneration or something, to maybe a break in the rates to encourage shops to come into the area. Because you do see shops opening 6 months later, they're closed again.
And what do you think about the changes in the high street, like these little park things?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. It's mixed opinions in the area, I've got to be honest with you. A lot of people are worried about the effect of the traffic, but no, I like it. Anything that gets people out of their houses, gets kids off their Xboxes and out in the fresh air, that's fine.
Well, all right. Longer than that. So customers do tell us that the shop's been here for over 100 years.
All right.
So we've got one customer that's going to be 80 this year, who still is a regular customer. He's came since his first haircut. I like that it still has a little bit of a community feel, but I think it's lost quite a lot of what it had before. I did grow up here when I was younger, and there was every kind of shop up and down Albert Street. We don't have that anymore. Supermarkets have probably taken that away. I think there's probably too many chemists and not enough other facilities, like banks. There's no banks here anymore. You can use the post office, but it's not the same as going into a bank.
That road there, that really, that's not healthy for people around here. It needs something done about it, and I don't know what, but it needs some kind of regulation on that.
Is that because there's too much traffic?
Too much traffic. It's all heavy traffic, and there'll be an awful lot of it's not even stopping in Dundee. It's a shortcut for Fife and Edinburgh, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
What's going on in the park's good. It's been modernised and it's been done well. Other than that,
yeah, I've been here in this place. That's over 15 years now. Yeah, it's about. No, because I was living in an area. I was in Morgan Street when I was single.
Yeah.
So that's when I met my wife. You know, we go in uni when we were married, so this stayed in Dundee, yeah. Diversity, and now you can see a lot of, you can see more different colors and people, and that spirit of community here. That's why make me, to say, okay, I'll set up my business here. So it's lots of, I would like to see, it's one-way system, kind of, the road for environment as well, because I'm right, next to the, the traffic lights. When they stop, hopefully you will see one coming up soon. I mean, when they stop with all that, smoke and all that, it's horrible. Even, the cafe, you can feel, vibrating. Safety of the road for especially elderly people. I've got a lot of regulars, and disabled as well. So when they're coming here, I can see in their face, that they are frightened of, the road, and if it was like a one-way system, it'd be great. Make it more weather, more green. That's why I can't see any green only. That's why I put at the front of the shop greener.
Oh, okay.
Seating area and all that. We like to see more of that improvement in front of shops, shutters and things like that. Because I was, a few years back, applied for it and never, get any help. Since the VNE had been, done, I've started seeing a lot of, foreign. Like, for instance, today I had a few Americans,
All right.
Yeah, which is good. If the area has been improved more and more, we can see more,
I started here in 1987 and I didn't have a shop in 1997. Took over for Jimmy Greer. It was Jimmy Greer's shop, and it was his dad's before him. The shop's named after him, David. That's his dad. He started it when he came back from the First World War. So that's over 100 years, is it? Stobswell, yes. I can't Aberdeen, but Aberdeen kens me. I like him. Oh, he's a brother. It's alright. Scott, can I get a hand? I like to see the bank back, because that's when you seen the downfall in Stobie. The footfall dropped when the bank left. But they're not going to come back, are they? No, that's when the footfall. Abdi goes on about the doctors, but it's actually the bank. Well, I've only got one cash. Well, no, there's actually three, but a lot of people are using that one. That one runs out quite a lot. That's for us.
First experience of working in Stobswell, I used to live in Stobswell about 20 years ago. I lived in North Erston Street. I have a dog, and I would walk this way every day, 3 times a day, to go to Baxter Park, one of the best parks in Dundee. I worked on the Perth Road for over 20 years. I worked in another Rosebud, and then I opened my own shop, and I had again a good vibe about it, and I feel like this is having a good vibe again. It's coming up and coming, maybe by us even buying this shop and brightening it up. It's bringing different clientele here. A lot of my customers from the Perth Road are following here. They're figuring out there's a butcher's here. There's all these kind of shops. It's a one-stop street basically.
Yeah.
You can get everything on the street. Just brighten it up a bit. Like I say, maybe like hanging baskets. They're doing the grass, and they're going to be doing the wildflowers beside the police station. So it's just all these things for nature and for the kids to learn, a learning opportunity for them. And obviously with the flower shop and stuff as well, we're very promoting bees and butterflies. If they see all the bright and the colourfulness and all these sort of things, like what they're doing, the murals and that, I think is a fantastic idea. I just think there's a lot of improvement could happen to it to make it brighter and more beautiful. They could encourage, the shop owners maybe to even do something in their own windows, or, just anything, like spot the butterfly in the shop window. It's like what they do down Broughty Ferry, they do it up the Perth Road. Bring families out and they spend the weekend going around looking in the shops.
We've been here for 8 years now. It's really easy to commute in and out of. You can get to any part of town you want. You can walk 10 minutes and you're in the city centre. 10 minutes away, you've got the countryside. It's its own wee community. Everybody really looks after everybody. Like, if you fall on the streets, somebody will pick you up, and if you drop something, they'll come and find you. Like, it's really nice. I think the only thing really that affects us as a business is I'd like to see the parking a bit longer. At the minute we've got 45 minutes, which doesn't suit us because we worked a bit an hour. But I mean, that's just a tiny little thing. But everything else is really good. Like, they work really hard to keep the place tidy. You know, the wee gardens made a difference. The people, the customers that come in, they love to go and have a walk around and visit the other businesses. It's nice. It's brightening the place up. I haven't really seen many people using it yet, but hopefully, like, as the sun starts to come out, we can say, like, go around and have a seat, like, in the nice wee bit. So for us, like, it's been a nice addition that we can send them. Same with the planted Liza Street. We quite often will send the customers up to 40s for a coffee, and then they can go and sit and sort of wander around that bit. So it's been handy for us. The dogs like it.
Lived in Dundee for 30 years now, so I like the fact that it's a sort of close-knit community type feeling about it. Feels there's a good vibe comes from it. There's obviously some areas that could do with some regeneration or tidying up, like across the road from us. It's a bit messy, untidy. That could do with looking a bit better, I think. Apart from that, they're doing work down there. I think they'll be good for the area, as long as they don't get vandalised like most of these things normally end up.
Business has been in Stobswell for 26 years now. He didn't want city centre, but he wanted a place that had, you know, life. So I did actually look at Montefieth and Stobswell, but Stobswell came out the winner quite easily. Yeah. I was actually also born in Buchanan Street. I don't know if matters, which is just round the corner. So it was sort of coming home to a certain extent. But we do obviously have clients that are local. But also, you know, a lot of the clients aren't local, so they do come into the area. I think do use the services, get their meat at the butchers, get their hair cut and things like that. So I think we do bring some into the area as well. And one of the things we did like at the time was the parking. It was quite easy to get parked, Jew Street car park and things like that. I sit here in the summer and it's very warm because the sun shines right in off Eliza Street, and I like to have the windows open because there's no air conditioning, and often traffic noise, etc. I can't have a conversation with a client. It is a main thoroughfare straight into the centre of Dundee, straight down from the Forfar, so no, it's not that easy. These big lorries don't stop for a cup of tea or a haircut or anything like that, so I think that would be maybe the main thing I'd like to see improved here. I think it's a good idea, and I think it's good to keep people closer to the, you know, we've got a lovely park just around the corner there, Baxter Park. There's so many people in that park. It really is a great asset to the area. But this, again, adding in the wee bits of seating areas. I have had some clients trying to park in Eliza Street recently and been shooed out because it's a place they shouldn't be parking anymore. So you know, I like that. You see people sitting in what was it's a parking zone really before. So no, it's good to see the changes are getting.